Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for a very exciting video. We're going to be watching both of the deep dives for the March champions, which is Bastion and Jean Grey, man. So it's going to be a super hype deep dive review, reaction, watch through. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, actually. I've lost my sense of smell and taste. I briefly had it back yesterday, but then it seems like it's gone again, so really sucks. But I'm feeling good enough to record this, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's start with Bastion. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to the volume up a little bit. Let's see.
Going on, summoners. We're back here today with another champion deep dive. Today, we're talking about Bastion.
Look at Onslaught running away. You can run, but you can't hide, Onslaught. That smile, I love it.
Sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it.
Will he be a better Onslaught counter than Jack-O-Lantern? That is my question. Let's find the answer to that question today.
Bastion enters the contest with an
Ball Sentinel body, 100% resistant to bleed poison effects. Right.
Sentinel body, providing him 100% resistance against bleed and poison effects. This also
That's nice, but like in this exact situation, if you got to 10 poisons, you would be screwed because he would apply his toxic, what is it called? I forget what it's called, but he would apply, like, it's not a poison, it's like something else. So this would be bad, actually.
His regen rate can't be reduced by
Wouldn't want to use guy against Eye Bomb.
when inflicted with
A big Eye Bomb.
poison or crush effect, Bastion gains a 10-second self-repair buff, healing 8% of his missing health, or 3% of his max health, whichever is greater.
I like that.
This
Okay.
maxes out at 2 stacks.
I like the whichever is greater, you know? Not just missing health. Okay.
Bastion also
cool.
starts each fight with an indefinite armor-up passive.
My only problem with this is that it's a passive, so like against Havoc, for example, it's probably not going to protect it.
If this ends for any reason, it returns after 14 seconds. And
Not that
when it
Havoc is that big of a deal, though.
Bastion can
You know,
trigger the parry mastery against
2025.
non-contact attacks.
That's
And
nice.
when his block
That's
is
real
broken
nice.
Due to unblockable or crush, he gains an auto repair passive for 2 seconds, instantly regenerating 85% of all non-special 3 damage taken. Paused during specials with a cooldown of 24 seconds.
Whoa! Dude, that's sick! Let's watch that again.
When his block is
What?
broken due to unblockable or crush, he gains an auto repair passive for 2 seconds, instantly regenerating 85% of all non-special 3 damage taken. Paused
Hot
during
damn.
specials with a cooldown of
That's
20
really nice. Dude, that's really nice.
Bastion
Damn.
inflicts
Okay.
technomechanical virus
Sick safety
charges
net.
in different ways throughout the fight. When either champion strikes with a medium attack, he inflicts 2. A light attack strike inflicts 1. He inflicts 2.
Very
when
similar to
performing a
Warlock
one-time
here.
block,
Very similar.
1 when hitting his opponent's block with his first medium or light attack.
So what do these do
As a
exactly?
defender, when Bastion's opponent activates a special attack, his charges are removed, scaling with the amount of power used in the special.
I'm curious how he'll do on
The
defense.
virus charge decreases the offensive and defensive ability accuracy of the opponent's personal non-instant energy damaging effects and daunted debuffs by -5% flat.
Oh,
down to
you can reduce the Daunted so you can parry him.
-40%, or minus
Oh, dude, that's sick.
non-instant energy damaging effects and daunted debuffs by minus.
Because, like, you know, Bastion, he can parry the non-contact attacks, which allows him to parry Onslaught. But, you know, you get daunted if you do that. But here, if you stack up enough, you can prevent being daunted. That's really cool. I like that.
Down to -40% or -60% against mutants. Whenever a non-instant energy damaging effect fails due to ability accuracy reduction, he inflicts a 16% disintegration vulnerability passive for 28 seconds. This potency is doubled against mutant champions.
For no Furies, that's
When
decent.
the opponent is inflicted with 30 virus charges,
Yeah, what
they're
happens?
inflicted with an indefinite technomechanical infection.
What does that do?
While this is active, virus
The heck
charges
does that
may be
do?
expiring 1 at a time. paused during specials. And when dropping below 15 charges, infection is removed.
But what does it do,
While
Mike?
the infection is active,
Tell me.
Bastion's opponent has their attack rating decreased by 35%.
It's not a big deal.
They're inflicted with the Power Reroute passive.
What does that do?
Power Reroute grants...
The opponent has a decreased combat power rate relative to their starting combat power rate. Gain increased combat power rate based on how much it was lowered by. For each rank in Collar Tech, gain an additional 3%. Dude, the Collar Tech Mastery, like, it's just becoming better and better. Let me see if I actually have any points in it right now. I'm pretty sure I do. Only one. I'm gonna get 5 out of 5 this year, dude, for sure.
Increased combat power rate based on how much the opponent's combat power rate is decreased by. For each rank in the Collar Tech Mastery, this is increased by 3%. Furthermore, the first hit of his heavy attack cannot be evaded, and grants a non-stacking...
That's how you get the pursuit? Oh, that's easy.
Against mutants.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
A non-stacking 30%
dude, look at that reach. Hold on. Look at that heavy reach real quick here. That's crazy. So much distance, but it connected. Wow.
Oh yeah. And equipping him with the Sentinel Relic increases the potency of personal disintegration effects by 10%, which also is doubled
when fighting mutants. Surprise, surprise.
Let's check out his special attacks. Each beam
what does a special 3 do? I'm curious about that.
Instant 10% disintegration. As a defender, this damage is halved and scales with base attack only. If infection is active, for each personal disintegration effect on the opponent, he inflicts another instant disintegration. With the special 2,
okay, so you have to have that thing active.
Bastion's Inner Turmoil grants him a Fury passive for 28 seconds, maxing out
it's pretty long.
2 stacks.
28 seconds.
And if infection is active, he gains 2.
Okay, so you just need the infection active for his loop. Okay, makes sense. Damn, as a baller special 3, what does it do though? Oh, that looks... Oh my god, he's getting blasted. What do we get?
Inflicts a 20% disintegration debuff for 40 seconds. Now,
that's it?
Check out his signature ability.
Dog, that's it? What? That's all the special 3 does? You're not gonna give him like some type of power control or something, really?
For 40 seconds.
A puny disintegration debuff for 40 seconds, that's it? That's a little disappointing.
Now, let's check
be honest.
His signature ability.
Lame special 3.
When awakened,
the animation's cool,
offensive and
but
defensive ability accuracy reduction is expanded to affect non-personal effects. Additionally, his fury potency is increased by up to 30%.
Ooh. Okay.
Against mutants, whenever the opponent gains a regen or prowess effect, all of his personal abilities are paused for up to 1.2 seconds. Now, let's take him out for a spin in the champion rotation. 10% X.
Let's see this again. Seems like he's really going to want to be awakened for the fury potency increase. Defensive ability. That's not the biggest deal, but against mutants, whenever the opponent gains... That's nice. But really, the fury potency. So you're going to get a massive damage boost if you have max sig. Okay. Let's see this rotation, Mikey.
To begin, perform a heavy to inflict your disintegration passive. Strike the opponent and start building your techno-mechanical virus charges. These will build naturally, so just focus on fighting normally. Once you reach 30, you'll inflict your techno-mechanical infection. Make your way up to about 2.5 bars of power, and then launch to gain both of your fury passives. After this, build to special 1 and cancel your heavy after the second hit to inflict your disintegration and burst the opponent down with instant disintegrations. Now, this burst is increased for each personal disintegration on the opponent. So, in a longer fight, you can launch your special 3 to inflict your lengthy disintegration debuff. And don't forget.
I guess so that's the special 3 rotation. It'll increase the damage, which is nice, but like a little bit of power control or something. I would have really liked to see it. Again, similar to Warlock, you know, on a special 3, based on how much infection he has, he controls some power a little bit, which would have been so nice here.
Whenever a non-instant energy damaging effect fails due to his infection, he inflicts his Disintegration Vulnerability passive. And his self-repair buff is extremely useful for countering bleed, poison, and crush effects. And hey, that pursuit passive on his heavy attack is great for countering those pesky evaders. So, don't let any slippery mutant champions mess up your loot. Activate that pursuit and disintegrate all in your path.
Man, he seems great.
Thank you for watching this champion.
I just wish he had some type of power control outside of just regular combat power, you know? Just wish he had something there. But other than that, that's my only gripe about this guy. Other than that, man, he looks really good. Bro has Onslaught running scared. He really does. Oh, that's funny. Let's see what the comments are saying. Looks like everyone's liking him. Can't believe Kabam added 2 good champs this month. We're gonna have to go watch the... Watch the Jean Grey in a sec. Let's just drop a comment. Where is the power control on Special 3? Okay. All right, let's go watch Jean Grey's. I would say, like, I feel like I already had a pretty good understanding of Bastion after watching just the live stream, whereas Jean Grey, I feel like I have really no idea what's going on. So let's watch hers now.
What is going on, summoners? We're back here today with another champion deep dive. Today, we're talking about Jean Grey.
Turn this one up a little bit.
So,
Here we go.
Sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it.
What do we got? Show me the money.
Jean Grey enters the contest with Omega level telepathy, providing immunity to reversed controls, and making all of her attacks deal energy damage. Her
Okay.
second, third, and fourth light attacks inflict a Neuroshock debuff for 18 seconds.
Guaranteed.
These
Wow.
max out
Okay.
at 20 stacks. And when Jean is struck with or blocks a critical hit, she inflicts an exhaustion debuff for 12 seconds. Also,
Interesting.
all of her personal Neuroshock passives deal more damage, max out at 35, and last for 24 seconds. But more on those in just a bit. Now,
Okay.
Jean starts each fight with a force field active, with strength equal to 10% of her max health. This
I like
force
that.
field is not subject to ability accuracy modification.
Oh,
Whenever she would
that's
take
dope.
damage from anything
Cool.
other than Special 3, the force field takes up to 90% of the damage instead. While active, Jean takes no damage from physical Thorns effects, and the opponent's critical damage rating is reduced by 80%. Once the force field
Wow.
is depleted, Jean lashes out and inflicts a 30% delirium passive for 8 seconds, and the force field goes on cooldown for 24 seconds, before reforming at full strength. This cooldown is reduced by 1.5 seconds each time a debuff is purified off the opponent, and expires 30% slower while Jean is poisoned. Now, when a debuff is purified or cleansed off the opponent while Jean is not performing a special attack, she gains a 12.5% uncanny passive until the end of her next special attack. Uncanny reduces the amount of power consumed by special attacks and allows her to launch the special at the reduced potency. These max out at 2, and if she were to gain 1 above the stack limit, she instead gains an indefinite psionic charge.
What does that
These
do?
max out at 10. She also gains a psionic charge when a debuff is purified or cleansed off the opponent during her special attacks by a source other than her, and when a personal debuff is prevented by ability accuracy reduction. This last one has a 35% chance and doesn't trigger against opponents with the Psychic Shielding tag. The first hit of her heavy purifies up to 3 debuffs off the opponent, and grants Jean 1 psionic charge if the opponent is not stunned. The final hit inflicts 2 personal neuroshock debuffs and grants Jean no power if she's above 1 bar. Now, let's check out her special attacks.
Okay.
During
Seems really
special
weird.
Attacks, personal neuroshock, daunted, and delirium effects are paused. And after the first hit, she has a 100% chance to inflict a delirium passive for 2 seconds. While defending, this becomes a 50% chance, and she also consumes up to 3 psionic charges to inflict a personal neuroshock passive for each charge consumed. The first hit of her Special 1 purifies all neuroshock and non-damaging debuffs off of the opponent and consumes all psionic charges. And for each debuff purified and each charge consumed in this way, she inflicts a personal neuroshock passive. The final hit also inflicts 2 to 4 additional neuroshock passives. With the Special 2, on activation, she inflicts a non-stacking 35% potency daunted passive for 20 seconds. And each hit deals a burst of energy damage for each neuroshock on the opponent, and for each psionic charge on Jean. The final hit consumes 50% of her psionic charges, rounded down.
Okay, there's a lot going on here.
The Special 3. Jean adds a flat 100% strength
Whoa.
to her force field.
Fat shield.
Or
Damn.
reactivates it at full strength if not. Then, she inflicts a personal neuroshock passive for every 20% of the force field's remaining strength. Now, let's check out her signature ability.
Yeah, what's that sig do? Let's see here.
When awakened,
Read this. While Jean's force field is active, using the parry mastery, it instead inflicts a 1.5 second stun passive. Ooh, that's real nice. And that's against all champs, not just skill champs. That's really nice. So you have passive stuns, and then increased control over her mutation allows Jean to retain 1 uncanny passive after Special 1. Okay, and then increase the duration of personal shock passive by 8 seconds. So, wow. Like, the first 2 bullet points here, you just need Sig 1. Just Sig 1.
while her
Nice.
force field is active, using the parry mastery inflicts a 1.5 second stun passive. Skill champions cannot reduce the ability accuracy of this stun. Additionally, increased control over her mutation allows her to retain 1 uncanny passive after her Special 1, and the duration of her personal neuroshock passives are increased by up to 8 seconds. Now, let's take her out for a spin in the
Yeah, let's see this rotation, Mikey. Come on, show us.
To begin, strike the opponent with your light attacks to stack on your neuroshock debuffs.
Light any
If the
combos?
opponent
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
natively purify or cleanse debuffs, you can use your heavy attack to purify those neuroshocks and start gaining your uncanny passives and psionic charges. Uncanny allows you to use less power when consuming your specials. So, build to just under your new Special 2 while continuing this process, and launch your Special 1 to consume your charges and inflict your neuroshock passives. From here, build up to your Special 2 and launch to inflict your daunted and deal a burst of energy damage for each neuroshock and psionic charge.
Wow, that's a lot of
If the opponent
damage.
isn't already knocked out, just repeat until they are. Now, if the opponent just loves to purify those debuffs, don't worry too much about your heavy attack and just fight normally to stack on, well, try to stack on those debuffs and profit from the easy psionic charges. Then, go crazy with those neuroshock passives and turn them into mind-blowing bursts of psionic energy.
Dude, I just saw 100k.
And turn them
Hold on. Hold on.
into mind
100k? That's when we have 24 neuroshock passives. So I guess having her at a higher sig is going to be great for building up bigger damage bursts, because you can build up more of those neuroshocks because they last longer. But yeah, 100k. Another 100k. Like, damn.
psionic energy.
Damn, bro.
And hey, that force field can really come in handy when it comes to absorbing damage if you happen to mess up. And don't forget, when awakened, her parry stun becomes a passive, allowing you to fight those skill champions who don't really love receiving stun debuffs without messing up your loop. So, stay aggressive, and revel in those uncanny bursts of big red damage. Thank you for watching this Champion Deep Dive for Jean Grey.
Alright guys, I'm Team Jean all the way, bro. Team Jean Grey all the way. Team Jean all the way. Let's get some capitals in there. Yeah, dude, after just watching that, yeah, I think Jean Grey, I think they both look awesome. I think Bastion visually looks way cooler. I like the look, the classic Jean Grey look here. And I think she flows and looks like she plays better. But Bastion, I think, definitely looks cooler. Let's see here. Let's read some comments. Rip skill class. She looks great. She does look great. It's about damn time. Like, it's been 10 years. Thanks to Wifey, I'm getting a rework. Yeah, they're both going to be getting buffed. Random reverse controls on specials. On specials 50% of the time. Other 50% you're not reversed, so it's random. Interesting. Does she not counter evade? She has passive stuns. But yeah, most of the other, like Emma Frost in her telepath form, like just completely counters evade, I'm pretty sure. Professor X completely counters evade and miss with enough charges. See what Foss said. I think I'm more hyped about Bastion, but these two are absolutely where new Summer champs need to be. It's pretty hype. It's pretty hype. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Are you Team Bastion or are you Team Jean Grey? Let me know, dude. I think both look absolutely incredible. I think we're going to have, you know, a banger addition to the tech class, a banger addition to the mutant class. Two very, very powerful attackers. I'm not sure how they're going to be on defense, but I think they're both going to be really excellent in Battlegrounds, in Alliance War, but especially in Battlegrounds. They both seem like they can go pretty fast. Can counter quite a few annoying defenders. So both seem like really, really good deck additions for BGs. Yeah, man. So both of these champions, the way to get them, in 8 days the Titan Crystal is changing. They will not be in that change, but they will be in the next one. So if you're crazy enough, if you think they look good enough, that good to wait for the next Titan update, you can totally do that. Really save up your Titan charts to try to get both of these champions. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I want to save that long, but I don't know. I might end up just opening before that. Let's see. But, yeah, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for this brand new March Deep Dive reaction and review. I think both champs look incredible. Big shout to Karate Mike for always smashing it on these deep dives. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for support. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Are the best. Love you all. Peace.